Hold on, let me take a sip. I got to get the nuts out of my teeth.
That sounds terrible. Peanut butter crackers.
I didn't eat peanut butter crackers today.
No?
No, I put them back. I had almonds.
Almonds?
And I had some
chicken? Eggs?
No, almonds, and I had some peanuts. Because I chose not to eat the crackers.
Gotcha.
For the carbs and the extra stuff. I don't know. I'm weird.
I know.
I have a shout out before we start. Shout out
to your homie?
To Rob Giannissi's son, Luke.
You.
Who's 3.
Oh, yeah?
Luke, I'm your father. Don't look at the guy in the front. He's not your father. I mean, he's probably your father, but he's not your father. Luke,
he's 3.
I'm coming for you, buddy. You know, just like the wrestling. You. Coming for you, Luke.
Kid's life just got flipped
right
upside
in the
down.
camera.
I'm pointing right at the camera, Sutter. Where else am I pointing?
No, I was saying, like, you know, when you point right in the camera, I was...
You, Luke. So that's a shout out for a 3-year-old who listens each week.
Oh, yeah?
Earmuffs. All right, let's get started. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. Welcome to RAWtalk episode number 111, a.k.a. 111. Right now I have a tentative title here of Quality Work Trumps All. I'll come up with something better, like, if your work sucks, you suck. If your work sucks, it sucks.
I feel like that was the title of a RAWtalk before.
Well, maybe it needs to happen again. How was your week?
It was good. It was a busy week.
What you been doing?
Edited all week, from start to finish. We put up like 5-6 new videos, something like that.
Well, you put them into the queue.
Put them in the queue, getting ready to go live. But yeah, there's some big ones.
We'll do it live.
But yeah, it's been a fun week.
Well, you've been hammering out the 7D Mark II.
Yep.
And
7D Mark II. Which I love how people are like, it's taken forever. It's been 2 weeks and I've had like 3 days to work on it. Calm down.
Don't get me started.
I know.
It's early.
Everything we post. When's it going to be released?
When are you going to... It would be great if you stopped jerking off and started putting out real content, you asshole.
You know, it's not like we're doing anything else like making content every single day.
Yeah, of course, you get 1,000 really good comments. You get that one asshole comment.
Really irks
and you sit there and you're like, do you fucking understand how much work goes on? Do you think we just sit around on our asses all day just magically... deliciously making stuff? Like it just happens?
That'd be nice.
By itself? Your Lucky Charms? It doesn't just happen like that.
No, not at all.
Anyway, is everything super rolling? Because I had a premonition, you know. I don't like my premonition. Sutter, can you look again? Just double. I feel I had to ask.
We like triple check everything before we start.
It's important to triple and double check.
I guess we're quadruple checking.
Yeah,
now.
I got some things to talk about. First off, happy Thanksgiving coming up to the Thanksgiving people, which is like
pilgrims?
Everybody who wants to give thanks to things. Yeah, thank you for Columbus. Had nothing to do with Thanksgiving. He had nothing to do. What they came on the Mayflower?
Yes.
And they then said, so if we're going to reenact Thanksgiving, it's more like this. So they are on the Mayflower, and they're coming into Plymouth Rock. They see the Indians lined up, the Native Americans, whatever you want to call them this week, Native Americans on the shoreline. They're like, how? And they're like, oh, hello. We're from wherever pilgrims come from, and that's like on a boat, and we came over the water. And they're like, how are you? We're good. Would you like to eat dinner? And we're like, sure. Let's have dinner. And they're like, okay. So then they show them how to make corn, and then the maize, and then the fish heads, and then they have turkey, and that is the story of Thanksgiving. Yes, Sutter.
I think you forgot the whole, burying the hatchet thing. It was like the whole, let's, forget our
Pilgrims
differences.
versus Indians.
Oh, they had problems?
Yeah, that's the Thanksgiving part. They buried the hatchet.
Wait, do you remember that book, The Hatchet, in school?
I do.
No.
I used to love that book.
It's like Lost. No, actually, isn't it?
No, it's more like
God,
what's it called?
Wilson.
Yeah.
That movie. Guys,
Castaway.
that movie.
You're thinking of Castaway. I was thinking of another movie that I can't think of right now.
Well, anyway, it reminded me of Castaway. The Hatchet.
Yeah.
This kid gets stuck on an island, and he's got
because of the plane, right? Didn't like the plane crash?
Well, I don't remember. It was like
wasn't that the
fourth
hatchet,
grade.
or was that like something else?
I think that was the hatchet.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, you
It
should
was
know
like
the
fourth
hatchet
grade.
because you're the closest to elementary school.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I didn't realize they buried a hatchet. I thought they just were they killing each other?
I don't know. I just know there was some sort of disagreement,
All right.
and then that was the dinner to make up for it.
And that's
They
the
made
story
peace.
of Thanksgiving and
As
how the
told
Pilgrims
by
and the
Jared
Indians buried the hatchet to then go live happily ever after, forcing them off their land that they were on first, and then decided to just. Do you know how we got Pennsylvania?
No.
Pennsylvania, trees and Penn from William Penn. They tricked the Indians. Basically, the Indians were going to give us the land, and they said, "How far a man can walk X far in X amount of time, and you can have all that land that you can walk." Well, they cheated. They used a horse, and that's how Pennsylvania was formed.
Interesting. Pennsylvania's huge too.
It's freaking huge.
Yeah.
It's Pennsylvania over there, and Pennsylvania over more like Philadelphia here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got some things to talk about. Happy Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for? Holiday sales are coming up. There are some holiday sales. Let me read some of them. All shirts in the store for the rest of the holiday are going to be $11.99.
Whoa.
That means all shirts, $11.99. If you buy 2 of them, I'm going to include a free lens cloth, which is a $5 value. Bobbleheads are going to be on sale. Hoodies are going to be on sale. Strap-ons are going to be on sale. Strap-ons. I'm gonna do some kind of special sale with those. But $11.99. That's almost. I think it's like 25% off or so, because that's what it's going to be, and that's what that's going to be. But also, every purchase that you make through the holidays will get you a scratch-off card. Plastic printers made us these, and it's a Wheel of FRO scratch-off card, and you're either a winner or you're a loser.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Right. Or not a winner.
You're a winner
so
or not a
there
winner.
will be information if you do win, how to get in touch with me, and I will have I'll know who won because you'll give me the special code. We know what codes they're going to be.
Nice.
So those are going to go. There still will be Golden Fro picks, but what's going to happen during this contest is that another thing that you're going to get that I didn't say, it's going to come with a free
Free.
get this.
Get it?
Get this.
I'm getting it.
Frono's Photo limited edition
Limited.
air freshener. For your car. For your car.
Does it smell like your fro?
No.
Good.
So I thought that because those 10 bag smelled so bad.
Does it smell like that?
No,
Old
it
ladies?
doesn't smell like old lady smell.
Cat
But
piss?
no. Air fresheners. They're going to come in 4 cents, and you're going to get one randomly.
Nice.
You could mention, hey, I'd like to get this one or that one, and maybe Heidi could do it for you. I haven't decided whether I'm selling a 2-pack or you can collect all 4. We will see. But those flavors are...
Flavors? I don't think you should be eating them.
All right, well, they're scents. Okay, we've got Ice Baby, which is the Cologne Dakar from the 90s. So it basically smells like that clubbing 1990s kid.
Like Vanilla Ice?
Well, no. It's like those guys who go to the club and have that fresh smell. It was actually the one that you liked.
Yeah.
A lot. My favorite, cinnamon French toast.
Cinnamon French toast.
Or Big Red flavor.
Or Fireball flavor.
Or Fireball flavor. It's cinnamon. Love it. Then we've got Cabbage Patch Doll French Vanilla because it smells like baby powder. It's not baby powder, but it's vanilla. It's French vanilla.
Okay.
And then there's the very interesting smell of Lost.
Lost.
From the show. It's
so
because
Hawaii.
it smells like a tropical island. And that's going to come in the color purple. So each one is going to have a different color around the fro. And you
What
can
are
put
the
them
other
in your
colors
card.
going to be?
Red for Big Red
Okay.
for cinnamon
Makes
French
sense.
toast. Ice Baby is blue, light blue. And Cabbage Patch Kid Dolls, French Vanilla is beige, off-white.
Nice.
Well, those are those things. They're going to be
And
awesome.
what about the lost one?
Yeah.
The lost
that's
one's purple,
right?
Okay.
Because the smell is called plumeria, which is like a flower. Whatever the hell the plumeria is, it smells like gonorrhea. I mean, it doesn't smell like gonorrhea. But anyway, I sniff tested them. Those are free. I'm going to sell them for not too much in one pack. I'm going to figure it out. And those are there if you guys want it. But that will come with every order. You're going to get a scratch off, a chance to get a Golden Fro pick, and basically the prizes are going to be, you're going to get prizes from me. I always give prizes. We've got Rode microphones, we have Squarespace, we got Black Rapid, we got Think Tank, borrowed lenses, Adorama picks, and a few more to be added later. We also have a plastic printers card that they're going to be giving away. Plastic printers,
Nice.
like maybe 250 plastic cards or something. And the way that it's going to get picked this year is there's going to be a special Wheel of FRO spinning where people's names are going to go around the wheel, and then we'll pick a prize. We'll spin the wheel, and they'll get that prize. Hey, Sutter, can you see if it's my dad? I hope it's not.
I told you to put your phone in the other room.
Well, can you answer that real quick and say, Jared's recording. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
He knows we do this every Thursday at the same exact time.
Hello. Hi, we're Jared's recording.
Every week.
Yep.
Every single week.
All right. So, again, my dad knows we record every week on Thursday, and he asked me last night, are you recording tomorrow? And I'm like, yes, we record around 12 every Thursday. And he's like, okay. So, of course, he called.
And what did he ask about?
He wanted not an air freshener, but a air purifier.
Okay.
Like I have in my room. So it came in the mail yesterday because I had it sent to him.
And you want to know how
He's
it works?
Like, do I just plug it in and turn it on? Let me read the directions.
It's an emergency call.
It's an emergency call. It's really important, real quick. Okay, so we're going to be holding that special Wheel of FRO spinning where we're going to spin the wheel, and I have to figure out all the details, but we're going to spin it to win it. People, names are going to go on there. We're going to spin for a prize. You're going to get it, and that's how we're doing it. I think it's going to be pretty interesting.
That's cool.
And the one other thing before we get into the actual show, because we haven't gotten into photo news yet, but those holiday things are going. There's going to be a mega DSLR video contest that's going to be announced. Mega DSLR video in a world. Those are coming. That's going to be coming very soon. So if you've already purchased a DSLR video, or you're going to be purchasing at any point, you're already entered. And you're going to get entered, and there will be a no purchase necessary option for people out there. But let me just tell you that this is going to be huge. There's going to be a DSLR giveaway. You're going to get to choose between a D750 or a 7D Mark II. That's up to you. There's going to be Rode giveaways, ATOMOS giveaways. We're going to give away the DJI Phantom. So basically, everybody that buys it, their name's going to go in a pot. Everybody's name is going in. We're going to have I don't know how many pieces of paper. There's going to be a lot. Everybody that bought it, their name's going in it. And then for the no purchase necessary, we'll have X amount of those to go in there too, so that they have a chance to win as well. And they're going to go in there. Then Vanna's going to pick it, and Johnny's going to read it, and then we're going to spin a Wheel of FRO, and there's going to be lots of prizes. And Bob Barker will be here doing it live.
Well, come on down.
So that's what's happening. Photo news, Steven. I had to get those plugs in for the holiday because I'm plugging myself. Don't take that the wrong way. Well, if you want to take it the wrong way, you can totally take it the wrong way. That's up to you.
Adobe, they released an update to Lightroom 5.7. They updated Camera Raw as well with 8.7, so it now supports cameras like the Canon 7D Mark II, the Nikon D750, the Fuji X100T, and so forth. God bless you.
Thank you.
Also now includes tethering support for the D4S and the 810. Lens profiles have been added as well, including the Zeiss Otis 85mm, the new GoPro lens, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, which obviously are needed to edit your iPhone photos in Lightroom. One of the main function of the Lightroom update is also that it now includes an aperture importer tool. Prior to this update, you had to download it as a separate plugin. And finally, the last update has to do with Lightroom sync features. Comments and likes left on Lightroom Web now sync to the Lightroom desktop catalog and can be read across all your devices.
Oh.
I've personally never used that function, but that's, I guess, cool for people that use the mobile
I have a call with
stuff.
them on Friday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, finally, with the guy that we met at the party.
Oh, he was a nice dude.
Yeah, the one guy.
I forget his name.
Chris, I think.
He was a good guy.
I think it's Chris.
Yeah.
Well,
what would you like change with Lightroom? I wish I had a whole
It was
list
the other
of
guy. It
things.
was the
That
other
would've
guy
been
that
awesome.
we needed to talk to who makes the decisions.
Yes, yes.
The other guy. He
Cool.
just started there. No, it's good because it finally updated for the 7D Mark II. It updated for this D750, even though that the release candidate before for Photoshop allowed us to do the D750, it never allowed us to do the 7D Mark II. So now that we can do the 7D Mark II, we've already finished the review of the 7D. I've looked at the RAW files. Obviously, the RAW files are nicer than the JPEGs.
They are.
They really are, because I didn't really have noise reduction going on, or I have to look into the camera, but if I did...
It's usually set to standard.
It's usually set to standard, and it makes the photos look like garbage.
Yeah.
It really does.
I have it off on mine.
I did have trouble, though, matching the orange Flyers orange that the JPEG was able to get.
The hue wasn't the same?
Oh, no, they did a great... The JPEG did awesome with the color for that, and I had trouble matching it with the RAW file. But basically, in the review, the real-world review, what you guys will see is that I edited the JPEGs, and the quality was fine for what they were. There were subtle things that still hold true in the RAW files, like that, just the missing of that focus that we talked about a little bit, how it's just subtly off. Because even with the RAW file, what you see is that now the grains are sharper.
Definitely.
But
it's more of a grain versus the smoothness.
Right, but if it still has that subtle out of focus area in some of them. But it's still nice, and that real world review is either up or going up shortly.
Yeah, yeah. And if it is up, you can click on the screen right now. The first photo ever taken on a comet has been released. Rosetta finally got to Comet 67P after a 10-year journey after it released its lander. Is it Philae? The actual lander name?
Phila? Phila?
Anyway, Philae.
Oh, it's
Philae? Philae?
It's Philia. E.
Anyway, the lander finally landed on the surface. Unfortunately, the lander bounced around and is pretty much done because it now is in a shadowed area on the comet, and it's not getting any power or light to its solar panels. But we do have a picture now. It sent down a 360-degree panorama from its Siva-P imaging system. It's pretty remarkable that, something that took 10 years can send a picture all the way back to Earth.
What happened is it was one of the highest ranked live streams, people watching this happening, which was pretty cool. It succeeded, and it sort of didn't succeed at the same time. I mean, it made it there. It made it there. It landed, but the harpoons didn't launch. It was supposed to have harpoons that kept it into the comet, but it didn't. Those didn't fire after 10 years for whatever reason. Freaking fascinating that this happened last week. In other news, Kim Kardashian broke the internet while this was happening.
Did you see the unedited photo of
What
hers?
about it?
It looks terrible.
Oh, can you show me that?
Yeah, I got to show you after RAWtalk.
Yeah, because is it really bad?
It's like completely different.
Who released that? Why would they release it?
The editor did.
Why would they release that?
He said for him, it's going to get him more work because of such a good job that he did in the final
picture.
picture.
Photo editor. I thought you meant the paper.
No, the photo editor.
Oh, what a douchebag! He's going to get sued.
Yeah. He's going to get money though for work.
Anyway, back to the comet part. That picture now has like 500,000 views. I mean, obviously everyone was watching and checking out the images. How fascinating is it in a world where we can build something 10 years ago and say that we want you to rendezvous with a freaking comet in space that takes 10 years to get to,
and gets there and lands and takes a picture and almost did what it needed to do? It's just fascinating. Here's my thing. Well, you have those people that don't believe in space.
We made to the moon and all that.
When they don't believe in the exploration of space.
Conspiracy theory.
What people need to realize is that, money spent on space is not wasted by any stretch of the imagination. The space race gave us the
products.
Flight. What do they call that stuff? Rocket propelled flight. What do they call those? Jets, jet engines, right? It forwarded the technology that was going on and sped it up because of all of the money that was going into it. We have the solar panels and we have other technologies that have all come out of it that have made us a better world because of that.
I thought it was the alien ship that crash landed in
1948
and then we stole all the technology from.
Maybe.
I thought it was because of that.
Maybe. Who knows? But just to be able to do this, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
I still think that we should have a free. If the global community of space explorations could come together and pull the money and work together with the Chinese, probably don't let them make the rocket, but still, made in China. But use their money, use their brain power. The Indians are very big into, not the Native Americans. The Indians have put stuff up into space as well. So space travel is huge. If we all work together for one good goal, it would be great. It's not going to happen.
And the world would be a better place.
In the other thing is, if you ever watch the movie Contact with Carl Sagan
Great
wrote,
movie, yeah.
What they should have done is when the harpoons failed on this one, they should have said, but wait, why buy one when you can have two? And it would have shown up like a week later onto a different portion. I think we're better. If something's going to go out for 10 years, you might as well spend twice as much money and send two out just in case one goes bad.
Yeah, because the whole mission's pretty much screwed now. Yeah. But they do think that it's going to eventually hit the sun and the solar panels will now then turn it back on and they'll get all the data that they wanted.
That'd be cool.
We'll see.
Awesome.
Maybe it'll turn back on. I love this next story. A new photo series turns superheroes and villains into 16th century portraits. It's called Super Flemish. The series features Darth Vader, your favorite. Spider-Man.
Oh, not phlegm?
Not that kind of phlegm. Spider-Man, Captain America, the Joker, much more. They're posing with 16th century-like attire of their original costumes.
Attire?
Yeah, so basically
They
it's,
had
like it's their
tires?
original costumes, but like done up in like some kind of cotton, along with that kind of lighting backdrop and more mimicking that time period. The lookalike actors they got for this one are spot on too. They did an incredible, they did an incredible Photoshop job. So
No.
debating which one.
There's no Photoshop.
Dude, the Superman guy they got looks exactly like Reeves.
Christopher?
Yeah, exactly.
Was he in a wheelchair?
No, he was
Too
not in a
soon?
wheelchair.
Too soon? Too soon?
Always too soon
little.
for that. Popular legal document app Shake has been updated for photographers.
Shake it off. Shake it off. I stay up too late. I got nothing on my brain. That's what people say. Hey, hey.
Is this Elmo singing?
That's what people say. Hey, hey. So I keep grooving. Can't stop, won't stop moving. Something, something, tuving. Stop, it's my mind, baby, my, baby, my. Wait, that's in sync.
That's bye, bye, bye.
Bye, 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 baby, bye, bye, bye. Cause it's my time. Shake it off, cause a player's gonna play. And a hater's gonna hate. And a player's gonna...
You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the Shake
Why
app has been
are there
updated for
so
photographers.
many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? 'Cause rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows got nothing to hide. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What? It's the angry
done? You
version.
done?
Yeah, I gotta take my shirt off because it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Stop saying things that make me sing.
Anyway, it's been updated for photographers and now features a new
I
image.
write
Shut
songs
up!
that make the whole
Oh my
world
God.
sing.
I'm just gonna keep
start
talking
over,
over
start
you.
over
That's-
the story.
Go ahead.
I don't want it to because he's gonna sing again. It features a new image and model release template for photographers. The new image release grants full rights to the photographer to use and edit the model's image, which you can tweak inside the app when constructing the actual agreement. You can easily alter any part of the agreement through the app's step-by-step form when you create the legal document as well. In addition to the signatures at the end, the form also lets you attach a photo of the signer or whatever you want via your smartphone's camera roll, or you can take a picture from inside the app as well, and it'll email you both a copy. It's currently a free download for iOS and Android, and I've personally tested it out, and it seems to be one of the best apps out there for this. It's very flawless. It's great for on the go, or if you forget to bring the form along with you. So yeah, new model release form.
I wish
for the
they had
smartphone.
that at the Declaration of Independence signing, because then we would have had a picture of Ben Franklin signing it.
Sweet selfie of him signing it.
Wait, when you sign it, do you like sign right onto the screen?
Yeah, you can use like a
Like your finger or
Yep.
something?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
something else that writes too. Google is developing a photo recognition program that automatically inserts its own caption of what exactly is going on in the photograph. So photojournalists everywhere are jumping out of their seats right now, loving this.
Wait. So then they have so they go to like Penthouse or something, or Hustler.
Strippers?
No, naked
Porn
woman
stars.
has her legs spread, earmuffs. Luke, earmuffs. Cover Luke's ears. Yeah, I mean, it's like captioning for porn magazines. Could you imagine caption? You know that they have the at the movies for where they explain for blind people. They go into more detail, like.
Do they?
The guy walks in through the door, and there's a woman to the left and a guy to the right. Yeah, they do that with extra information. Could you imagine clothes
It's like reading a book.
like
You have
porn
to
for that?
visualize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going before I get into trouble.
So scientists at Google Research and Stanford University have teamed up for this project, which doesn't simply suggest tags or words. It inserts a complete caption. This is how it works. There are two synchronized neural networks, one for breaking apart the image pixel by pixel, and another for sorting through language to produce a description of the scene. It uses a database of already captioned images to make its final decision on what caption to use.
Sutter, just open the dishwasher, please.
It gets smarter and smarter, too, as more images are introduced into the library.
But how does it know?
Hello, Skynet. I don't know. Basically, they already have a database of these images that they already captioned, and I guess it uses those images to reference new images. and they
so
say
you have
as
to
more
capture-
images get into this database, it's going to just become smarter and smarter
until one day that takes over the
until
world
it takes over the world
with the
And we're all
DJI
screwed.
Inspire ones.
Captions everywhere,
With DJIs flying with new payloads that drop missiles.
like that South Park episode.
No, they drop
that was
bombs.
so good.
Dude, so good. I hope you guys watched that on Photo News like 2 weeks ago. Sony has announced the world's first stacked CMOS sensor with image plane phase detection. It's called
So
the
stacked.
It's called the Exmer RS IMX 230. The new sensor promises to bring a crazy fast autofocus tracking and better HDR to smartphone cameras.
Oh, thank God. I mean, what we needed was better HDR.
Oh, yeah. The new 21 megapixel 0.4 inch CMOS sensor stacks the BSI pixels on top of signal processing circuitry, which Sony says will produce superior image quality and high functionality in a compact size. What's up?
You want to know why Sony wins in so many places?
Because they develop everything?
Well, because they make the sensors that make the whole world sing. No, they make the Nikon sensors. They make Sony sensors for their own cameras. Canon is probably going to start using a Sony sensor somewhere. They make the Blu-ray player, which the Xbox now has a Blu-ray player. So not only are they have Sony PlayStation 4 with Blu-ray, they also sell the technology to their competitor
I
at
know.
Xbox, and they're making money all over the place.
yeah.
So that, Sony obviously has done a tremendous job, and they've lost in many places as well.
It's true.
But they're also the standard for so many different things in the industry. In the industry.
So the new sensor will now support HDR video, your favorite, at 4K resolutions.
The HDR video is probably pretty good though.
I'm sure it probably is. But anyway, it will now support 4K resolutions at HDR, and it features 192 phase detect autofocus points as well. It starts shipping in April of 2015, so pretty cool stuff. And very soon it'll come out. That's the other thing I like about Sony is when they announce something, it's usually in the very near future when it's actually going to be available. The anti-theft service LensTag used its data to create an infographic featuring a list of the top stolen gear items along with top places people steal them from. Something on the table?
Yeah.
They did this last year as well, but obviously the service has grown since its beginning, so there's a lot more information this time to deal with. The top overall camera stolen is the 5D Mark III, and top lens is the Canon 24-70 28L version 2 lens. Now, regarding places, most theft happens out of your car or at home, with the US, UK, and Italy being top countries, and Rome, London, and Barcelona being the top cities that people steal from.
Come on, you foreigners!
So if you live in London, you're pretty much screwed. With a 5D Mark III. Some other notable mentions, the Nikon D700 and D800 also top the list, along with the MacBook Pro 15.4-inch laptop with Retina display.
So it's everything that's in a photographer's bag.
Pretty much, and GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition, which I didn't know you could register this other stuff on LensTag. I thought it was mainly just cameras, but I guess you can pretty much register any gear you have.
So here's the thing, people. If you haven't signed up for LensTag, it's free.
Yeah, another reminder.
Just go put all your gear into it, and they'll track it. So what happens if somebody steals your gear or something happens to it? You mark it as stolen. LensTag creates some kind of thing that goes out on the internet that is searchable when somebody puts in a serial number, so that if somebody goes to buy the gear from somebody, they can say, oh shit, this is stolen. They can then take a picture of the douchebag who stole it and then report them or beat the shit out of them. Either way, if you search LensTag and you're sitting there at a table, so you meet somebody at a Starbucks, right? And then this guy comes in. Just picture this. I just wish we had a cartoon animation so that they could have animated the pilgrims and the
thing.
Indians.
I actually thought about that when you were saying it. I'm like, I wish we
Can
had.
somebody please point me in the right direction of an animator that can animate South Park style?
Like a cheesy animation.
Cheesy animations for the RAWtalk. I would love to have certain things done that way.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
We could do you singing.
Oh, yeah. I never sing. But still, so if you ever run into a guy at Starbucks who's bringing you, that's a South Park
That you met on
reference,
Craigslist.
That you met on Craigslist, and they bring it to you, and they're like, yes, I don't know how to use this, but I got it from a friend. And then you sit there and you go on your phone, and you type in the serial number, and then you go, yes, I'm going to need to see that camera. So then you take the camera and you go, I'm going to take this from you because you stole it, you douchebag, and I'm taking your picture. So you take their picture. Yeah, just take it. You're in Starbucks. What's going to happen?
I'm stealing it back.
I'm stealing it back. What are you going to do? Call the cops on me. LensTag tells me that it's stolen and you're not the original owner. So look, Sign up for freaking LensTag. It's like lenstag.com.
Yep.
Put all of your gear in there. Put all your laptops in there. It's just another level of defense that if something does happen, you can go to the insurance company and be like, look, it's all registered here. Now I have a registry of all my gear. Take pictures of it, put it in there, and you're good to go. Just sign up for it. The more people that use it, the better off it's going to be, because then it's going to become a standard.
Yeah.
It really should be some kind of standard. We're trying to help him out. It's one guy behind it.
One guy.
And he just is an awesome guy, and he's put a lot of time, and it actually costs him money each month to run it because it is a free service, but he believes in it so strongly that that's why he's focused on it. So it would be very nice if the industry-wide standard became register your stuff with LensTag. It doesn't cost you anything. There's an app for your phone, and just put your gear in there. Do it once. Take the time, sit there for a couple of minutes or an hour, and just put all your gear on there and register it. Yeah, that's it.
Have you registered your stuff?
I think all of it.
Oh, okay.
I think I sat down one day.
I have
and did
not
it.
yet. I still have to do it.
I don't know if I have the app. I think I should have the app on my phone.
I do have the app. I downloaded the app when we announced that.
I need to just double check.
But I still need to put like the laptop, that kind of stuff. I didn't realize we can also put on there.
Did I wonder if I should have submitted the laptop already to my
to your account.
insurance
to the insurance
gotcha. Because I've got coverage for X amount of dollars in case something happens.
Cool. Moving forward, we have the we just talked about that. Sony, they announced an upgrade to the A7 with the A7 II.
Oh, yeah.
A7 Mark II. I don't know what they're calling it.
Just 2, no Mark.
A7 II. Same sensor and all, but the main new feature is the 5-axis in-body stabilization. The new feature lets you reduce shake on video and photos regardless of what lens is used. Don't sing it. It's said to reduce shake by 4.5 stops. The camera's autofocus system has been upgraded too, which uses the same 117 phase and 25 contrast points, but Sony claims it's 30% faster with 1.5 times better tracking performance.
And it's 10% more sensitive.
From a design standpoint, the grip is much larger as well, and the front panel is now magnesium alloy opposed to the original plastic design. Price-wise, it looks like it'll go for about $1,600 with no confirmed release date just yet here in the States, but it's expected to ship on December 5th in Japan.
One of the things I read about it is that they moved the dial on the front. They added a dial to the front.
They placed it in a more natural position,
and they put
apparently.
the button in the right spot. Because remember, when I picked that thing up the first time, my finger went right to this curved thing, this smooth diagonal thing. And I'm like, why the hell isn't the button here? Why is it up here in an awkward spot?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sony, for doing that. We would like to get some Sony gear. I'll probably start renting it from Borrow Lenses so that we can go and use it. The only thing that throws me off is that they've got all these all these different adapters for different lenses, and I want to use the 70 to 200 that they make. I want to use the better lenses on this camera.
They also say they made the E-mount more sturdy so they can handle heavier lenses.
Right.
But yeah, I would love to check this thing out because I won the A7S, and I can't believe it's only been barely a year.
Well, that's the thing. They're already announcing I would be so pissed if I had the A7 and then the A7S and then A7A or A7 whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a great camera.
It is, regardless, but I'm sure this is more just like the 10 series. Yeah, it's more of a refinement. Moving forward, we have a photographer named Peter Liepke, Liepke. He released a photo set called Above and Beyond using a 19th century process. The classic looking images are of New York City, with his goal being to capture the emotion of seeing the city for the first time. He used platinum and palladium and gum bichromate processing. Did I say that right? I think I did. The series is currently up at Gallery 270 in New Jersey through January 17th, and it's interesting because the prints almost look like they're sketches. That's how old they look. A camera store took that ultra-rare Nikkor 6mm f2.8 lens that we talked about a little while ago and recorded sample footage from it. Now, the people over at Fotografica in Denmark are selling the lens on eBay, which, again, we talked about, but this listing is different because it features sample footage shot on the D4S.
Hello, welcome to Fotografica. We're from Denmark.
Is that the South Park rendition?
I don't know what it was.
The field of view in the video is 220 degrees. It almost sees behind the camera. They even go through the lens 5 built-in filters: skylight, medium yellow, deep yellow, orange, and red. No purple, sorry. If you do want to get your hands on this, it's currently going for $62,000 with 4 days left to go on the auction.
This is like
insane.
This goes for why this is like a rich person who just wants to say they own it.
They own it. Yeah.
Now it's freaking huge. You can't see the camera. You could barely see a DSLR behind it.
No, it's like this big.
Right, it's huge. It's like looking at a basketball, and that's how big the front element is. It's just a useless lens, in my opinion.
It really is, and the sample footage looks terrible.
The sample footage looks terrible because you're talking about an old manual lens with different type of elements that aren't used. It's not as good today. Yes, Sutter.
I feel like the only people that are going to buy that are the same people that are going to buy a Nikon F6 just to like kind of complete their series.
That's true.
You know, just have
the full collection. Rich bastards. But the funny thing too is that normally these lenses go for over $100,000, but this one's going for a little less because it has some marks on the actual front element and some on the actual lens barrel too. Oh. So it's not even in perfect condition. It's still going for that much money.
I wouldn't buy it.
I'd buy 3 cars instead of that.
3 cars?
Yeah, $62,000. I can get 3 cars. Or you can get a really nice 1 car. Speaking of rare gear, Nikon Japan announced a limited edition gold-tipped version of the black Nikon DF. Now, it's only gold-plated around the edges, so it's much more affordable than that all-gold version we talked about a few weeks back. To go along with the camera body, Nikon is also introducing a number of gold accessories, including a gold edition of its 50mm f1.8 lens, a gold shutter release, and a matching strap. It'll have a limited run of 600 bodies and will cost $2,685. The kit edition will cost $2,870 and will have a 1,000-unit run. What I don't get is that this is actually cheaper by like $100 than the normal DF. The new version will only be available in Japan, though, and will arrive by the end of the year, so I don't know if it'll make it stateside.
I mean, I want one.
I want one,
geez,
too.
It has gold on it.
It's got gold.
It's like a Leica.
It's gold tipped.
Hey, if I had this and that Nikkor 66mm lens...
Winning.
Boom. There's another mobile printer that's set to be released. It's called Print, with a Y, though. Essentially, this is a mobile phone case that turns your smartphone into an instant camera. The case-like printer comes with an app which connects your phone. The coolest part, though, is that when you snap a picture from the app, it actually captures video of the moments before you took the image. So when you look at the photo through the app, it follows the photo, also showcasing the video on the print.
All I think about is porn.
Kind of like a physical Snapchat.
I just think of the money shot.
It can print 10 pictures at a time with the current battery only giving you about 30 pictures, though, which I do think is pretty low.
What's it print on?
Their own type of paper. They didn't say
it's
what exactly
thermal,
it is.
Isn't it? Because it didn't look like an Instax.
I think it's ink.
Well, how's it going to be? It's got to be thermal.
I'm not sure, but
because it's got to be some kind of thermal. They can't have an ink in that little cartridge.
I
thing.
swear they said ink, but I could be wrong. You'll be able to buy paper directly from the app too, and they're saying it'll cost about 30 cents a sheet, which is extremely affordable for the instant print option. It's currently only a prototype, however, but will receive a Kickstarter in the near future and will go for $99, which is also a pretty realistic price.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
But it doesn't have a Kickstarter now?
It doesn't have one yet because apparently he's trying to find a manufacturer to produce 1,000 units for him, and he wants to get it right.
You failed, my friend.
But
you failed.
They've been working on this for less than a year, and they're already at this step.
I got it, but you go to Kickstarter, and then you deal with the other stuff after. You're getting all this publicity on TechCrunch and all these places.
That's the thing.
And you didn't capitalize on it.
It's going to go there and then just drop,
and then you're going to try to
forget about it.
You don't, like, you got the lightning in the bottle. Use it, like in Zelda. You know, but that's what I'm saying.
I completely agree on that. But it does look pretty cool. It looks like a neat alternative to the Impossible Project or the Instax Share printer. But it won't be released for a while. I mean, I'm thinking probably at least next year since they don't even have a Kickstarter up yet.
Right.
So that's it for this week's photo news.
That's what gets me upset with Kickstarter stuff.
With what?
Well, it's just like, so you put something up and then 6 months later you may get it. I feel bad asking somebody to pay for something up front, and then 4 months later, maybe they'll get it 4 months or 5 months later.
At the earliest, usually.
Right. And just
typically it's a year.
Like, people ask me about, like, would you do a Kickstarter? Kickstarter's pretty cool if you have certain things that you want to kickstart, and it's good for publicity and for sharing things out, but I don't know if I need to get over my own self by thinking that it's unfair to announce something and then follow up 6 months later after somebody paid, say, $200 out of their hard-earned money, and now they don't have any money to show for it, when they don't have gear yet. I'm more of a fan of it's available now.
Yeah.
I mean, when they are funding it, they are aware that it's going to take time. So
that's true.
I guess they already know what they're in for.
I know, and it says that too. But I feel that it's not right.
Well, and especially for the more expensive Kickstarters that are, say, for those like drones that we talk about every week. There's
They're
a
like
new one every week.
$1,200.
They're like at least $1,200. I mean, you're putting out that money and not seeing a product for a year from now, if not more.
Yeah. Are we flying solo, or are we gear of the week first and then flying solo?
Whatever you want to do. We can do gear of the week first
because it's sitting here.
Talk about new cameras. So
yeah.
Speaking of new cameras,
Alan got in the X100T.
Which I want one of them.
This one is in black or noir. I haven't opened it. It's been sitting here for, what, 3 or 4 days now.
Oh, you haven't touched it yet?
No, I haven't opened it yet. But X100T, upgraded. That's my receipt.
How much are these? 12?
I think a little more. I think around that.
Around that price?
Plus tax.
And this is more of a refined version of the S.
Yeah, it's a refined version. The T for third.
Yes.
As we asked. Anyway, I got the black one because I think black makes more sense in a camera.
Very sleek.
It is. Let's take it out for the first time.
How's it smell?
It actually, it's void of smell. It smells like outer space.
It smells like nothing.
No, it smells like outer space.
Does outer space have a smell?
No, because you can't, there's no oxygen.
Can I give it a smell? A sniffer sniff?
You can. Anyway, this is the X100T. We're going to be doing a real-world review of it at some point, probably after the holidays.
Wow, you're right.
Is that the kit?
It's
I would
void
think
of
it'd be
smell.
like a plastic smell or something, but wow.
It feels nice. It looks nice.
It feels hefty.
I hated the X100 myself.
You did.
Because of focusing issues.
Which apparently they fixed.
Yeah, but I also have to talk to Adam and Zacharias about some of the tips and tricks. I think they shoot in aperture priority a lot, and they may ride the auto ISO because I think it just allows them to shoot. But Zach isn't shooting this thing in RAW for some reason. I am a big fan of shooting RAW.
Is he not doing it in RAW because he uses the Instax share printer?
No, but
with
you can do RAW plus JPEG.
That's true.
I don't know why. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why. Don't know why it didn't change. Waiting for my time to come.
I would love a camera like this.
Just
mainly
throw in a backpack.
Just not to lug around my 5D, you know, just to have a better camera than my phone, but not that big of a DSLR body.
All right. So that is that. That's Gear of the Week. That just that came in. We're going to play with it. We'll make a real-world review. The holidays are coming up, and Steven needs some days off, so we're probably not going to go shoot that right away, just so that Steven can take some days off. Flying solo?
Flying solo.
I have flying solo. I put the question out there on the Facebook. And I also included a photo that I took in like 2006,
yeah,
maybe?
I never saw that, by the way.
That it's Hannah Montana when she was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's at least, well, it was, my mom was still alive, so it was 7 or 8 years ago when this, it was probably about 7 because I made her laugh with it. But I went into the basement and I spoofed that photo with I took one picture and done. I set it up all myself.
So you just had a trigger in your hand?
No, I put it on timer. I pre-focused where I thought it would be, and I set up the light. I took one picture, went, hey, and then that. You can pop it up on the screen.
Yeah.
And so I put that up on Facebook, and it ended up, because I wanted people to see it, but also I wanted them to read that I'm taking flying solo questions. So we got 225 or so flying solo questions, which I'm going to read every single one of them.
Yes.
I am not reading every single one of them.
RAWtalk.
In the future, when I put up these flying solo portions, I'd like for you to like the ones that you want to get answered the most. So they go to the top so that I will see them first. I read every single question. I went through all of the comments because I wanted to know if there's something worthy of reading. And I do read. It takes time.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
That takes time to do. But if you like one and that's the one that you want answered more than another, or if you like multiple ones, go ahead and like them up because they'll go to the top and those are the first ones that I'll see and they'll probably be ones that I will read.
There you go.
So there was a recurring theme this week. And I'll read what I wrote. There seems to be a lot of questions. Oh, speaking of reading what I wrote.
What happened?
We put up that video, the FX video.
Oh, yeah.
And some douchebags, there were like 2 douchebags, speaking of comments, that sat there and said, you're reading from a teleprompter. It looks horrible. There's no fucking teleprompter earmuffs. There's no teleprompter being used when we were making... The only teleprompter video that there ever was...
Only one we've ever done.
...was making that commercial for the Frono's Photo Guide to DSLR video because it was 6 pages of text that had to be on point. My eyes fucking go back and forth. Look. You see that? You see my stigmatism and my nystagmus? My nystagmus right here shaking back and forth? Shaking Shake it off. That's what's happening. All right.
Which we've explained a billion times.
And there's no way in hell that I could do most of these videos. I can't see the freaking teleprompter. By the way, if it's too far away, so that's almost impossible to do. And I can't just free flow. And it's free flow, man.
And we actually have it packed away in like your bathroom closet right now, which we've only used that one time.
Yeah.
And we really did. Like I almost wish we took a behind the scenes photo to showcase that.
Well, we should just put up the GoPro every freaking time.
That
and be
too.
like, we'll just take a behind the scenes photo. There you go.
Yeah.
See how it's done. It's off the top of my freaking head.
Every video is.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have notes sometimes.
Well,
but
yeah, but that's notes where you look down and it's
Yeah.
free flowing. And it's one take generally.
It usually is, yeah.
So there seems to be a lot of questions about pricing. I'm reading right now. Work, getting bigger, getting a bigger reach, looking for the answers to questions that are not easily answerable for mass audiences. There is no easy answer, no simple fix, but quality work trumps all time and time again. Because people keep asking these things. So I'm going to ask this. Do you want me to attempt to make some kind of guide, whether it's free or pay, maybe it's $10, maybe it's $14, I don't know, on techniques that I have found that work for me, that I can pass along to you that may, and I probably already given all this stuff away, probably already done it, but this would put it into one place.
It'd be easier, yeah.
If you want it, I don't know. I don't even know that I want to do it because I don't know that it's possible to really tell people how to be successful other than do quality work. But I can give you, here's some 10 tips to being more successful on Facebook. Here's some tips for being successful on YouTube.
General
Here's some
outlines.
things for how to do this with your work. If you want to see some kind of guide put together, it won't be the typical this is how to be successful type of guide. It will be honest. You know, the ones that say, you will be a success if you read my guide. Well, no, I can't guarantee that. So it will be, you may find, what is, my hand is, my muscle was spasming.
Like Saving Private Ryan style?
I don't remember.
Tom Hanks?
Yeah, it was just something was grabbing. Anyway, I probably got angry. But no, so if you want to see something like that, I will try and do my best, and we'll probably give it away or charge for it, but a small amount. We're not talking $97. Maybe it will just be a $9.99 thing or a $10 thing just because.
I think that
maybe
works.
I'll work on it. Maybe it'll be more written, and maybe it will be just like Gary V's book or something like that.
Maybe you'll use the teleprompter.
Thanks, Sutter. No, maybe I'll just read Gary V's outline and be like, write my own book.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gary V, he's hopefully coming down.
Very soon.
Hopefully. That can change.
That can
You never
change.
know.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll come down here.
We actually, I think, had an earlier date scheduled with him, right? And then he had to
Well, they asked
switch
to
it.
change the date, which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
So let's start. Sutter just made noise. Let's just start. Let's get to this. And somebody who asked a question is going to get the Wheel of FRO.
Cool.
And my eye itches. All right, it's done itching.
Probably just from reading that teleprompter.
Erica Sykes. This one had the most likes. It had like 22 likes when I looked at it.
Dang.
How to not get bogged down with quote-unquote free portfolio shoots and build a base of paying clientele. So again, with a lot of the questions that people here, let me give you some tips on how to ask questions. How do I become a concert photographer is the wrong question. Hi, I'm interested in concert photography, but I've found that I've run into it. No, I don't want that. It's
Hi,
too
how do
long.
I do photography?
Your questions need to be pointed. They need to have some substance to it, not just be a general overview of
Specific.
how do I get more likes? How do I get more views? How do I make more money? I don't fucking know. Make more money. Make money. Make Maybach music. Anyway. Eric Sykes. Psych! How not to get bogged down with free portfolio shoots. Well, don't take them. Don't take too many free portfolio shoots. You want the paying clients. I mean, you know, do you have people paying you for that stuff or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very
Well, what stuff? What are you talking about?
Well, I wasn't very open. I didn't
You weren't
go
very
into
specific on
you
that
were
question, Jared.
very direct. There was no point.
Touche.
there.
In your studio, you do a lot of calls for free stuff where you're like, I want to shoot free stuff of you people.
Yeah.
You asked for that. Has that turned into paying stuff?
Yes. Usually I'll say like, oh, you know, I got a new lighting modifier, or oh, I want to try this, you know, different technique.
Or Jared just gave you something because he doesn't use it ever.
Yeah, and I think I may have wrote that, maybe I didn't. But yes, Jared gave me a beauty dish. It served me really well. I really love it. Thanks again. I got some really cool results from it. But yeah, so, you know, I got the beauty dish. I wanted to test it out. I'm not going to you do a paid job with something I'm not used to. So you call someone in, you shoot something for free.
Practice makes perfect.
Get your your practice on it, and then that can turn into something else.
Boom.
All
Bam.
right. Building a base of clientele. Look, you do the free work, it turns into paying work. You just have to ask for the sale. And if people don't want to pay for it, fuck them. Earmuffs. Isn't earmuffs supposed to come before?
We should just preface every episode with earmuffs.
Well, we stop bleeping shit because it's explicit.
Well, we only bleep stuff if it's like really that bad.
All right, let me get through these
the
quicker.
way the word is used.
Yeah, there's a lot of this here. John Ellis, with the amount of photographers in the market competing for business, it is harder to find a niche that hasn't already been exploited. What tips do you have to motivate one's self to continue persevering in this saturated arena? Well, everything has already been done except for the things that haven't been done. For example, nobody's walked on Mars yet. You can be the first to do that. So whatever. This is a shitty analogy, Jared. What a terrible
it's so
analogy.
easy to walk on Mars.
That's a terrible. No, that's not what I was getting at. Look, there's going to be competition out there, and there's going to be niches that are filled. If you do quality work, you can fill a niche. What did Mr. Bigweld say?
Who?
Mr. Bigweld.
Remind me who that is?
See a need, fill a need.
Oh.
Robots, the movie.
I don't think I've ever seen
It's
it.
an animated movie that was really, I liked it.
When was that?
It was after it's that Anakin Skywalker ended up being the voice of it.
Oh.
Oh, not the Anakin, but he was
But the guy who played.
Yeah, who turns into Darth Vader.
The kid.
Well, no, not the kid.
The teenage one. Gotcha.
one. He
Okay.
does the voice for it.
So newer movie.
Well, it's 10 years old. Robin Williams is in it. He's funny.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, Robots is a really enjoyable movie.
I gotta check it out.
So, Mr. Bigweld, see a need, fill a need.
Gotcha.
If there's a niche to be exploited, freaking exploit it. Just do a better job than everybody else, or do a very competitive or comprehensive job, and you're going to stand out. I started this website, over 4 years ago.
Yeah.
There were how many photo websites already doing stuff?
A lot.
A lot. I didn't go and be like, oh, there's already so many there. There's still room for more. If you do something unique and quality, then people are gonna latch on to it.
Well, and I think what people don't understand is that they do kind of understand, but you busted your ass every day making a video. I mean, you didn't give up. You just kept going at it. I feel like a lot of people do one or two things and then they're like, okay, that should be enough to hold me over or something like that.
I think I've got more to talk about. I think I may have written some notes.
It definitely depends
this.
on the type of person you are.
Spencer Austin Davis Lupel.
That's a long name.
Really? How would a decently established photographer consider moving to a new city? Well, first you go, I want to move to a new city. There, you considered it. I have some roots in my hometown. We have roots in our hometown too. The roots. But I want to move to Vancouver to get my BCom.
Vancouver?
I don't know what a BCom is.
I don't either.
Somebody yell at me for that.
I feel like I've heard of it, but I...
Problem is, how do I approach a blank contact client base? I mean, how do you do this? You go to a new place and you make friends. And you start shooting, and you exploit what you do. You go out there and you meet people. You get into Sutter got into a networking group. What'd you get into? BMI?
It's called BNI.
BNI.
Or you have like a local chamber of commerce
right. And I was in Latip for a while until that really bored the shit out of me, all their rules. But it's a networking group that gets you to meet other people. That is one thing that you can do, and we've talked about that before. Get in a network group. You're going to meet people who know other people who need you to do jobs. You start with a blank slate. How'd you get started in the first place as a photographer? It was a blank slate before. So you just do, and you use your work, but you get out there. You can't sit behind the computer all day long. I was guilty of this for years. Sitting behind and this is before the Facebook, sitting behind waiting for shit to happen instead of making shit happen. Go to a new city, use it as an opportunity to introduce yourself to the city. Go out and start a project in that city. Do something where you get out there and you just pick something. Like, I'm focusing in on shooting the wheels of Vancouver. You go around and you shoot wheels of hubcaps. I don't know. And then you make a series and then you start posting it all around this. Do a guerrilla freaking marketing thing. Just start dropping shit all around the city. People are going to look at it, have it go to a website. Just post a freaking weird website address somewhere and post, and see what happens. I don't know. Think. And I'm not yelling at you, Spencer. I'm not yelling. This is just me getting emphatic with ideas. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying these are things that people can do. Think outside of the bun.
The bun.
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
Is that what they do?
It is Taco
Bell.
I would
That's
never
Taco Bell's
ever
thing.
eat a Taco Bell.
Oh,
Ever.
it's so good. Yes.
Dude, drunk food, the best.
I don't get
Sober
drunk.
food. It's so great.
Sober food too. Touche.
All right. So that's what I have to say about that. Giuseppe Papaya. Here's my question. What do you say about photographer that shoots bands? Does it also work for videographers? The question gets somewhere. That's why I picked it. Okay. When the photographer shoots a concert, she owns the copyright those images to those images. But when there's also video involved, who owns the copyright to the video? The band who wrote and played their music, or the videographer that recorded? This is an interesting one. Video is a whole different animal. You have to get a totally different approval thing to shoot video.
Oh, yeah.
Do I get that approval? No. I just freaking do it. I put the GoPro on top of the camera and I do it, but I'm not looking to sell it. I think in this, yes, if you put it on YouTube and the audio is really good, they're probably going to get a cut of it or get the rights to make the revenue on it because it's their music.
And
they
it picks
own
up the live music really well.
And it picks it up. So that's their thing. Unless the band sucks and you can barely hear, you hear them, but then they're off key and stuff, it may not pick up, which has happened. But most of the live stuff that I put up, like Psy, Gangnam Style, was picked up because it's mostly a track running. So it picks up the beats of the actual track.
That's true.
When it's live artists that aren't using any tracks whatsoever, it's probably harder to pick up. But that's what I have to say. It's hard to say. You have to be careful with video, but I'm more of a fan of saying, hey, the bands, this is good publicity for you. Like the Pete Yorn stuff from a couple of weeks ago with the 7D. It's got 60 or 70,000 views on that video.
Does it really?
I didn't ask them for permission. I just did it.
Nice.
Ask for forgiveness, not permission. Ryan Kendall, is it possible charging too little is more dangerous for business than charging too much? If you get stuck charging too little and you're not able to succeed or give yourself enough money to be successful, then yeah, that's a problem. Here's where charging too much has gotten me in trouble. It hasn't got it. What happens is people then don't hire you because there's the perception that you're going to be too expensive and they can't afford you. There's times where I've had friends not call me for weddings going back years, and they're like, well, I don't think they may not have known my pricing in this case, but they would say things like, your work is so good, we thought we couldn't afford you. So quality work right there was like, well, but why didn't you ask? I would have worked with you. Stuff like that. I think, again, quality work, you can command more money. It all comes back to quality work.
It does. First and foremost, for sure.
Lachlan Jennings. Are you going to recreate the Kim K image next? Earmuffs. No. Junior Wyatt. With Facebook making it harder for photographers to reach people with the pay-to-play, what is the best route for photographers? What's the best route photographers should take to reach potential clients? Do quality work and post quality work. We've seen this with my stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right? Screw the pay-to-play. Don't pay to boost your posts. I can't stand the mentality that, Facebook's making us pay to reach more people. Did you know you can reach a lot of freaking people when you do something really good and people decide to share it, like it, and comment on it? Give people a reason to do that. If you take quality photos and you put quality work out into the world, people are going to like, comment, and do stuff with your photos, which is then in turn going to get you a bigger reach. So trying to pay for people to see things, it's not gonna work. It's a waste of freaking money. Take that money you were gonna spend and go shoot a personal project and start posting images. Humans of New York, love them or hate them, any way you want to slice it, freaking success.
Oh yeah.
Millions. Is it 7 million or so on Facebook?
I'm sure.
And a couple million on Instagram.
And is he still on that tour?
No, the tour's been over. Okay. I think. But he did something. Yeah. He didn't pay to get a reach. And I have 117,000, I guess, likes or something, fan page, whatever they call it, friends on there. And we get substantial reach now when we post images. Because video. If you post quality work, people are going to come back. And it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Sutter, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I know people that were avoiding the whole, pay to play thing by using a personal page and allowing it to have followers. So they would have their friends come in, and then people can follow it, and then you get the normal reach that your personal page would get.
But then you run out of fans, and you only get 5,000.
You get 5,000 friends, but the followers can go infinitely.
But the pages work differently?
Yeah.
You want to have a fan page.
No, I agree. I just know people that have done
Interesting,
that.
though.
All right, so that's one way around it, but did I answer that question?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. What's the best route for photographers to reach more potential clients?
Post-quality
work. Because there is so much, and it's very hard not to upset photographers, but we live in a world where people...
In a world where everybody is a photographer and everybody posts their images and they could be shit, but the comments below read, amazing work, epic bro, awesome, you're so great, whoa, you're an awesome photographer, wow, how did you shoot this photo, you're amazing, you're so good. When the photo is of a piece of shit in a toilet, it's that bad, but people will still like it because they think they have to be nice.
And then I come along and I comment on something and I'm honest about it. Well, I actually don't go and comment on friends' stuff because I see pictures that people post and then you read the comments, what a cute baby. Oh, well, what a cute baby didn't say that it was a good photo. It's a cute baby, but it's a shitty fucking cell phone photo. That's a lot of cursing, Luke. I'm sorry. You're 3 years old. The first word, Luke's gonna be sitting in the back seat. Daddy, Fro knows fuck.
Oh, now he's definitely going to say that.
Hey, Luke.
No.
Oh, no.
Luke, you ready? Fro knows photo. Fuck. I said earmuffs first,
terrible.
and it's up to the parents to allow the kids to either listen or not listen.
God.
They have a choice.
You're telling a 3-year-old to curse.
No, 3-year-old, don't curse. Don't say the F word. French fry. So anyway, people post photos all day long and they post such crap and people play into it. It's this vanity thing that, if you don't get enough likes on it, you're going to delete it and you're going to be upset and you're going to be, and the people just sit there and go, amazing, awesome, so good. Can it, Catman.
I don't mind when it's just like a mother putting up a picture with a cell phone photo, whatever. That's fine. What annoys me is when a photographer, quote unquote, puts one up saying that this is their work of their latest baby shoot or something, and it's terrible.
And people then underneath say, "This is so amazing."
There was one I was looking at, this one person I know, and he or she put this image up, and it was out of focus. Like, why would you even think about putting that image up?
So here's what I have to say again. Quality work trumps everything above all. Put up quality work, it's going to find its way through the shit. They say the cream rises to the top, whatever the hell that really means, because the cream rises to the top. It does. Because if you're looking through a news feed, you see crap. There are those moments when I see photos that people submit and I go and it makes me think and I go, ooh, that's right.
That shining post.
It stands out, and then it's worth looking at.
It is.
All right.
And it's worth a like.
All right.
Yeah.
That double tap.
And maybe even a share.
Double tap that. Oh, there was a subpart of his question.
Oh.
Junior Wyatt also says, A, stick with Facebook because it's the biggest social media platform, or B, invest into other media platforms and hope to reach more that way. I wrote a sub. Let me read what I wrote. Oh. Honey, I wrote the same things that I already said, but I also want to mention Von Wong. Von Wong goes out and posts. You want to know how you get a lot of shares? Von Wong gets a lot of shares.
Epic photo shoots.
All his epic photo shoots. Tremendous photo shoots. His stuff gets shared out there.
It does.
And he has a smaller following, but it builds a following and people want more. He does a behind the scenes video. He shows the photos. How did you do this? Because it makes people think. It's unique. It's different. It's not the most different. People have done this stuff for a long time. It's just that his stuff goes a different way, and people share it, and people like it, and people follow it, and they comment on it, and that's how you get to it. Invest in other social medias. Of course, you should be tweeting things, but you got to remember that each social network, and Gary Vee will talk about this and has talked about it all day long. Each social network is different. If you post on Facebook and have it automatically post to Twitter and automatically post to Instagram and do all these things, that's the wrong way to go to the platforms. I post individually on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram because each one plays differently. Where on Instagram you can't put a link underneath for people to click. That has to go in your profile on Instagram. It's a different interaction that you're looking for on Instagram. It's a different interaction conversation you're looking for on Twitter, and it's a different interaction conversation and whatever else you're looking for on Facebook. You have to pick that conversation. There's no easy way around it because I found back in the day when I was automatically posting to Twitter, it wasn't right. It's asking the wrong question. Twitter is different. You invest in these different. Pinterest. Women love Pinterest. I haven't gotten Pinterest. I just haven't gotten Pinterest.
What I'm surprised you're not on is Snapchat. With the whole My Story and the public.
Yeah, you just post straight to the story, not the
and now everyone can
send.
view it.
It's just another thing to do.
Yeah, and
I
there's
saw
Snapcash
Snapcash.
now.
It's just another thing to do. It's just what am I going to post?
I think I use Snapchat.
You can do a little 10-second video.
Yeah, I honestly
Of
think
what?
I use Snapchat more than like Instagram now.
We can work it into 2015 somehow.
Yeah.
I have to see what my Snapchat is because I believe
I
it's
think
under
it's just Jared Poland.
No, it's under Leroy Ballstein. All right, it's under Leroy Ballstein because that was when I
Your
thought it was a
alias.
sexting app.
You know, it kind of is with Snapcash now.
Well, it's my god,
right?
oh my
I feel
god,
like that's just
So
asking
just
for porn stars
straightforward.
to
Oh,
get
I
on
didn't even
there.
think about it.
Yeah.
So Snapcash, who
That's
does,
the first thing
people,
I thought about.
Well, I actually didn't think about it that time. Snapcash is a collaboration with Square, and I was listening to what Gary Vee had to say about this, and he's like, "This is interesting because tweens are the ones that use it, 13 to 18-year-olds, except
me.
Except when you're 18, you must be 18 or older to use the Snapcash
That's
option
true.
because it has to tie in with a card. But they're getting these kids trained now to think about, oh, well, I could connect my credit card and my bank account to this to send cash to people. It's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
You got to be careful to send how you're sending stuff to friends. They're training the future kids to get used to being okay with putting your information into stuff like this.
I wouldn't even say the demographic is that young, though. I mean, I'm
25 and
26,
less, man.
and I would say a lot of my friends use it on a daily basis. But that might just be my clique.
Yeah, I got to look into it. All right, I got to keep moving on.
Yes.
Heath Smith, currently stationed in Japan, where the local rate for photography sessions is from $80 to $300. However, the people that live here still think that's too much for high-quality images. How can I sell myself? Well, you could go on a street corner and inform them that their iPhone camera will not cut it. Thanks again, and can I spin the wheel of fro for the DJ? To me, the key is quality work above everything else. Look, if somebody... I know, I've said it a million times.
A repeating phrase.
If somebody is okay with an iPhone photo and they don't get that that's a piece of crap, you're not going to change their mind. It's that simple. But if you show them the difference between this is an iPhone photo and this is what I'm going to deliver you, they still may not care because they may not want to pay for the image. You just need to find the clients that are willing to pay. Show them, tell them, educate them on the fact that this is quality work that you can love and share and have on that people are going to like. You're going to like because it's not just a piece of shit fade away image that goes away. Alex Dark, D''ARC, Alex Dark. I think he had the emo profile picture that I really liked.
Nice.
With like piercings and stuff.
Nice.
It's difficult for me to find my own style in my pictures portfolio. I shoot wildlife and landscapes, and every situation suits to another style of editing. Some look nice on low contrast and black and white. Some transport the message of the image better when they're very contrasty, colorful, and bright. But there is no common thread through the portfolio which would make my work memorable and unique. Even if unique is impossible nowadays. I don't think it is. How would you handle this? Was the contrasty look always your style of presenting your images, or did it change over the years, and is it still changing? The contrasty images has always been my style. That has been something that I've always been drawn to personally. When it comes to you doing the landscapes, I don't know that...
So he's saying he uses a different editing style for each
Well, he's
type?
saying that each image... I think each image should be edited upon itself to what you like.
I agree.
And your style will be formed based on that. If your editing style is using plugins, which I absolutely hate, using plugins that somebody else made, presets that is. If you make your own presets, that's your style. I'm all good with that.
Yeah.
But if you're buying other people's presets and just clicking buttons, you're an Instagram photographer. I think you're worrying too much about being unique here. Just go with what looks good in the image. If it looks good to you, you're going to see a recurring thread and theme throughout your images. It's going to happen. If you feel that this one looks better contrasty and this one looks better muted, then that is what it is.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to worry about it.
Me personally, all my images are completely different when it comes to editing. Like, kind of like what he said, like my nature photography is going to be much different than my wedding photography. It's two different things.
All right. Tyler Allen Masick. When you first started out, did you ever feel self-conscious about taking photos or letting others see your work? How did you overcome that? Thank you. I was never self-conscious about other people seeing my work, but I hated what they had to say. I never took constructive criticism very well.
Still don't.
And I still don't. But I would fight back and defend my work. Look, you got to share. You don't have to share your work, but don't share your work if you don't want to hear what people have to say. If you want to hear what people have to say, find people that are educated in what they're talking about. Don't put it up on Facebook to your friends and ask, will somebody critique my work? Have photographer friends honestly critique it in a way that is beneficial. That's the word I was looking for. You know, not being like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Put it up in the forums, put them up in those Facebook groups where people or other photographers are, and ask them to be honest, but don't be dicks about it. And you have to be ready for the answers that come back.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just what happens.
Comments are the best.
But please, people, when you're commenting on people's work, if you don't like something, it's okay not to like it, and it's okay to say that. But you have to then lead them somewhere to get better. You have to go, you know what? I think the image could have been better if this happened. I think it's out of focus. And if an image is out of focus, it's not going to be good, in my opinion.
In my opinion,
something like that. David Justice, I wonder if he's the baseball player. I live in an area where the market is oversaturated with photogs doing their work for free or for very little. The overall view of photography in my area is I can get it for free elsewhere. No one cares about consistency or quality. What can I do to stand out from the crowd?
I feel like we just answered
Quality
this.
work.
You can produce quality work that stands above the rest of the photographers out there, just like that stupid website name.
You love that word.
I'm not
photogs.
Yeah, photog. Oh, I hate photogs. First off,
Photo
I hate
G.
the well. Never mind. I'm not even going to go down
I know
that
what you're
path.
talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Look, again, if people aren't willing to pay for work, they're not going to pay for it. But if you give them a reason to pay for it because your work is so much better than the photographers that are out there, I don't care if the area is saturated. I don't care if there's so many other people already doing it. If you stand out, and I can't tell you what to do to stand out, other than start with quality freaking work. Because the big secret or the big thing out in the world of photography is that shit work is shit. Good work is good. And quality work is great.
Yeah.
All right? It starts with quality. If you are terrible at whatever you do, whether it's photography, singing, because I know I'm not a good singer, but I'm not making rap music videos and putting them out into the internet. But look, at least I know it. And I'm not professionally there, but a lot of people in whatever they're doing are not doing a great job at it. You got to do better. Vernon Nash, how does quantum mechanics apply to photography? It's an easy answer, Vernon. So what happens is, this is great. So what you take is you have your slide rule. Let me read this again. How does quantum mechanics, oh, this is so easy. So you take quantum mechanics and you break it down to its very core. And the core of it is extremely important that you understand the mathematical theories and the history of the theories that go into photography and quantum mechanics. So you take the mechanical aspects of it and you whip them together and you go, oh, so if I push the shutter speed at 1/10 of a second before I was supposed to do it, and my aperture blades move at 12 degrees on a 30-degree axis from the angle of the lens, then I'm going to use quantum mechanics to get the best image absolutely possible. That is just what's going to happen. And that's how quantum mechanics plays into photography.
You just whip it together and bake a cake.
Mind blown.
And I just got an idea. It's time that we take a 15-second clip that when you're editing RAWtalk, take something from it that's 15 seconds that I can pop up onto Instagram.
Okay.
Is there some way you could do that?
I'll figure it out.
You just find 15 seconds and you send me that movie, and then I put it up on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's like a plug or promo. And then also got me thinking of maybe there's something like I just explained in Flying Solo. Maybe that's just I know it's creating more work, but just there may be an easier way to do it where you take what I just said for and this is I want everybody to listen to how my brain works. This is what happens, and this is why we leave it in here. This is always something happens. You would take what I just said and you would make it, and I would put that up on Facebook as just a video of me answering that question.
You mean
and then
Instagram?
It just, what?
Did you mean Instagram? You said
no,
Facebook.
I meant Instagram for the 15 seconds,
oh, okay.
But I meant Facebook for something
whole question.
maybe like 30 seconds, like a 30-second look at one thing that happened, and then I link to the whole thing, and then whatever. Just an idea.
More work.
It's a way people want to know, how do you get people more interested? Well, if people aren't interested in watching, but I give them a reason to be interested because something happened there, well, maybe they'll click over and listen to the whole episode.
Because you just explained quantum mechanics.
Well, I just explained quantum mechanics as it applies to photography.
Yes.
It's very important.
It's very important. If you don't know this, you will not succeed.
Forrest Centner. Fro, I pay for Facebook ads for my page, facebook.com/RELIVETHI Relive This Moment Photography. Well, that is a long freaking URL. Cheap plug. Well, it was very expensive on my end. I get quite a few likes, but can't seem to get a lot of post engagement, even when posting a question to my audience. Tips or tricks? All right. So when you're posting stuff, first, you had like 212 likes. Don't go paying for to reach them. Don't pay to do that. That's not a lot of people that may be interested. See, here's the thing. A lot of people ask, they're like, oh, I'm 5 likes away from 100. I'm 5 likes away, just if I could get more likes. It shouldn't be about the number of likes. It should be about the quality of likes from the people that are liking your page. You want the right people to like your page. I'd rather have 10,000 people that give a shit than 100,000 people who don't care about what I'm talking about, because there's going to be no engagement. That's why you don't see Facebook contests running anymore. Because Facebook contests where it was like my page to be entered, there are certain things that we do run to still do that.
That is true, though. I haven't seen many companies in general.
That's because
doing
Facebook has frowned upon it now.
Have they?
They've devalued those things. But I think what's happened is people have started to realize you could build 1 million likes, but if 900,000 of them are not relevant to what you're doing, then you're just like, I will put Borrow Lenses on blast for this. They've done this for a long time where we're running a contest to give away free shit, like our page. So you're just getting people that like it. Now, yes,
But they won't be engaging.
They're not engaging.
Likers.
You got to give people a reason to engage. So you're only getting people to like, and you've asked questions. Well, ask better questions. I don't know what questions you're asking, but maybe they're not the right ones. Maybe you need to engage them in a different way. Like, hey, what would your ultimate photo shoot look like? And maybe the best answer, I'll come and shoot it with you. And then what happens is somebody says something really cool, and so what if it's 2 or 3 comments? Then you find one and you're like, you know what? Let's go shoot this. Here's my brain going again. Why don't we go take that idea and try to make it? And then you do a behind-the-scenes video. You give a friend a camera. You even give them an iPhone. I don't give a shit. You give them a GoPro to shoot you behind the scenes doing it. And then you post it, and now your friends could be interested in saying, oh, man, look what he did. He's really cool, and here's the final result. It's kind of what Von Wong does, but this is on a different scale.
It sounds like Von Wong.
But it's not a secret. It's not the secret. You don't wish it, whatever that book is. I never read it or watched the DVD, but does that make sense?
It does.
You put out a question in a way, and you just try different things, but don't over-engage. Don't overdo it. Don't put up 17 questions a day. You got to feel it out. I mean, we're constantly going through a feel-out process on Facebook, seeing what works, what doesn't work, how many times should I post, and you saw me, I got rid of photo of the day post because I thought that was just not getting the traffic I wanted it to get. I just think it was not engaging.
Mm-hmm.
So we got rid of it, and I try other things. I try posting the videos directly to Facebook. I try putting 1 photo. I try to put 3 photos. I try to put no photos and just the link.
I feel like there did used to be an algorithm. Now I feel like it's just random. It's just completely random.
Facebook's about to make another change.
Are they really?
In January. We're coming up in December where they're going to be devaluing posts that ask people for likes and ask people to click here to get off of Facebook, like for like contests and things like that. They're going to be devaluing that. You can read that on Facebook's blog where they're talking about it.
Wow, interesting.
So anything that makes you leave the site?
I don't know. I got to reread it. I don't know if it's about leaving the site, but I think it was like begging for likes or the clickbait stuff that there's so much of. And technically,
you won't believe what this is if you click this link.
And you'll be amazed what happened after that.
And they are enticing, but I hate those clickbait sites because you know what? Anytime you see a post on YouTube on Facebook that has the YouTube play button, that when you click it, you know it's not a video embedded. That's not legal under Facebook terms of services.
Interesting.
You can't put a screen grab of it for them to click, but actually not have it play. Otto Manchez, not a question, just a thank you to you and Steven. I know how much work you put into the content you give us for free. Sometimes all we need to hear is a thank you.
Thank you, Otto.
Thank you.
That comment is much appreciated.
William J. Rehume. How about a little more teaching and less jerking around? Fuck you. All right? Earmuffs. Seriously, see, I put that comment before that.
Yeah.
Because this is what you see. You could be on YouTube and you can see this was a great content. I learned so much. I took so much from this. Followed by, you're an asshole who doesn't teach us anything. That's what this guy's writing. How about a little more teaching and less jerking around?
But I feel like you mix it up pretty...
It's mixed up. Yes, RAWtalk is 2 hours of me singing every once in a while, and then sitting here and answering these questions is fucking teaching.
Yeah, and the photo news aspect, keeping
It's
up to date with
teaching.
the community.
We have so many videos that go live.
Yeah, I mean, typically there's at the photo news, for example, we have the fun portion and then we have the serious portion. It's a little of everything.
And that's for this. And then I put up a video recently that somebody said that was like a plug. What was it that I think maybe it was the teleprompter one they thought was a plug.
Oh, I think
and
so.
I'm like,
we just thought it would be good for you guys.
I needed this.
Yeah.
I thought it would help me. And because it helped me, I'm putting it out into the world. Not everything is flat out a plug.
No.
Right? When it's a plug, I tell you it's a plug.
Yeah.
Especially on RAWtalk.
With the teleprompter, though, I mean, that's something for those who aren't good in front of the camera. There you go. There's your way in.
That wasn't.
You might have to spend some money, but
they're like, all you do is push us to buy stuff. I don't benefit from this.
Yeah.
From that. Mm-hmm. All right, that's from William J. Rehume. Dalibor Bonfriend.
I know this name. I think on Twitter.
He's Croatian. Dalibor, Baurnfrajnd. The J is probably silent. Anyway, Keira Knightley or Liv Tyler? I'll take Keira Knightley any night of the week. I really have no questions since you seem to answer them all weekly in your RAWtalks and other videos. I've learned more from you in the past 3 or so years than on my own in 10 years before. I have you to thank for outgrowing my current gear and not being able to afford better stuff, but thank you for being my mentor. Greets all the way from Croatia. Hussein Tambi. Hey, Jared, does having a degree in photography build your portfolio for getting jobs? Do people choose photographers with degrees rather than photographers without a degree? I was supposed to show my degree because I actually brought it from my house.
Let me see your degree before you photograph me.
Nobody once
has ever asked
to see my photography degree. If somebody asked me to see my degree, I would tell them to go pound sand, to put it mildly, without cursing, because I don't want to curse on this show. But nobody has. Your degree is your portfolio. I don't care if you're 4 years old named Hawkeye or you're 90 years old named something like Eleanor. If you've got great work, I don't care how old or how young you are, if your work speaks for itself, quality work trumps everything else.
Boom.
Jose Esquilin, venturing down the social media path, posting on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter several times per day, but my likes and follows don't increase at an alarming rate. What are your recommendations? Do something better. If they're not increasing, why does it matter? See, it matters because I get stuck in it too. Everybody knows we are now trained that if we don't get a lot of likes right away or a lot of comments or something, that we're doing something wrong. Maybe you posted the wrong thing that's just not engaging and people don't care. So maybe you're doing too much, posting too much of things that are trying to get people to like it, instead of creating something like Honey, Humans of New York, and just putting it out there. The better work you do, the more you put out into the world that is interesting and unique, that you're not begging for people to like and share it, the more people are going to follow and end up latching onto it. There's no secret to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes
We're
a
almost
lot of
done.
sense.
Hannah O'Brien, I'm currently bed-bound due to being extremely ill over the past 6 months, as well as suffering from severe ME. I don't know, is it muscular something? It's
I'm not sure.
For the past 8 years. I'm usually wheelchair-bound, which still allows me to pursue my passion of photography, but at the moment I'm frustrated with being away from it. Do you have any advice or ideas of ways I can continue with my photography despite my current challenge? Love the channel, by the way, and in particular, RAWtalk. Look forward to the show every week.
Nice.
So first off, it sucks you're sitting in a bed and you're wheelchair-bound and you've got whatever it is that you've got going on. We've seen guys like Jaleel roll around and still be able to get out there. Different situation if you're in bed. If you're stuck in bed, what I would suggest doing is creating a photo story about what you're doing. Make people see the story, post it. Don't look for anything. Just share your daily life. What did you do today? What do you see next to your bed? Who was cooped up? Somebody was it Von Wong who was hurt? Who told that story where or was it Mike Kelly? I think it may have been Mike Kelly who said a story. I think it may have been Mike. I really do. When I was in Israel, who said that he was in the hospital or somebody left a camera and he took a liking to it. And so, there was a story.
That's how they got started, you mean?
Yeah, they were in bed and they couldn't do anything, but they got a camera.
I haven't heard that story personally, but
right, they got a camera and then they started shooting.
Yeah.
And they started learning more. Somebody had an old Leica, and then he fixed it. I don't know if this was him or who. I don't know. It's a story. But tell the story of what's around you. There was that old story, I don't know, maybe it was an Edgar Allan Poe thing or something about some leaf outside a window that always stayed on the tree. The person was going to wait to die when that leaf fell.
Wow.
But what happened is, it must have been because there's always a twist, and it's a very M. Night Shyamalan thing in his stuff, is that I don't know what poem it was, but the person was bedridden, and they said that when that leaf falls, their life ends. And they told their friend this, and so the friend went and painted a leaf and put it in the tree.
Oh, wow.
So it was the winter, and they went and did this because all the leaves were falling, so they put it up there, and they looked out the window, and it was still there, so they hung on. Well, turns out the guy that went outside and did that ended up dying from getting a pneumonia or something.
Oh, wow.
But that was the twist that happened. I hope I got it right, and I didn't just make something up, but I know that was that. Just create something. I know you're laying there, and I know it's got to be tough and wheeling around, but come up with a story. Share it with people. Share it with the world. And don't just share the bad stuff. Think of something positive that comes out of it that you can do there. And there are other photographers that are wheelchair bound that can help you. So I'm sure there is a community, especially with Jaleel. Reach out to Jaleel and have him talk and see what you guys can come up with.
And I mean, you don't have to focus necessarily on yourself. You could do a detailed shot series of the hospital. You could do photo of the day.
You could do a photo of what's going on.
There's so many possibilities of what you could do.
And just share it.
Yeah.
AOUS Pules. Should I follow up with people who show interest and make serious inquiries regarding photo shoots if they themselves don't message or follow up in the time discussed? If they are interested in what you're doing, it is your job to give them a phone call to make the deal and sell them. If you just sit around waiting for shit to happen, nothing's going to happen. It's that simple. So yeah, you need to make phone calls. Alan Kipping, Ruane. What do you do to save for retirement? Where do you spend your money on your business? I assume it isn't the newest gear all the time. So besides renting space and gear purchases every so often, what do you spend your money on within your business? Well, I don't really spend too much on rent. I mean, I do pay myself rent from the business for the office space because you can do that. Retirement fund is just putting money away into an account. Hopefully it's a retirement, it is a retirement account trying to save up for if I can't see ever retiring. I'm not a big fan of retiring.
You're gonna be like 95 and still
hopefully still kicking.
Hey, on Fro knows.
Fro knows dentures.
Hold on, I gotta put my dentures in for RAWtalk.
Oh, gee. Welcome to episode number 73,000.
You're gonna try and sing, shake it up.
That was a good one. What do I spend my money on? You know, with business, I spend the money on what needs to be spent on.
You do. You're very big on quality, obviously.
If there's something that needs to be purchased, you need something for the business. I need something for the business. I do my research, get educated, and buy what needs to be bought.
And you get it immediately, typically too.
Yeah, I don't wait around. I mean, I do my research. So if there's something that I'm on the fence about, I probably won't buy it because it means I don't really need it.
Yeah.
Like, why haven't I bought myself a 15-inch laptop? Because all I use my 13-inch laptop for is looking at porn anyway. To be honest with you,
when I'm in bed.
Anyway, that's why I haven't bought a new one, because I know when that 15-inch laptop comes, it's a porn-free laptop. They're porn-free.
Oh man, I've used that other laptop.
Have you?
Not for porn, but
that's
when we were on trips.
Yes, you have. So anyway,
my fingers are all sticky.
Oh yeah. That's because I make money webcamming.
You're a webcam girl.
I would love to be a webcam girl. I would totally be all over that. Anyway, so where's my money gets spent? It gets spent on the stuff that is needed. Snap cash. There is an opportunity right then and there for cam girls to expand into Snap cash.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Send me some
10
money.
seconds. Though.
$5 for an 8-second
all
snap.
you can do is 10 seconds. Oh,
for video.
Oh, because
for
a
my
moment.
story.
My story is longer, right?
No, it's only 10 seconds.
Oh, well, unless you did multiple stories.
You could do yeah, you could do as many stories as you want.
But I don't think you can get paid for the stories because anyone that follows you will see that.
But
So
people can still send. Oh, you're right.
But
That
they
is-
can
kinda
that is
get rid of
public,
it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna go. We got to do Wheel of FRO.
Oh yeah, we still gotta do that.
I got to pick somebody for Wheel of FRO.
Did you
are
already
you done
do all
flying
the
solo?
flying solo?
Yeah, this guy's question was the last one.
Cool.
So, what do you have any ones that you think I should pick?
Oh God. I like the guy who made a nice comment about RAWtalk. But no, it needs to be more of a.
I like
question,
nice comments about RAWtalk. Well, yeah, question.
You said the first one got the most likes, right?
It did get the most likes, but I didn't think it was that good of a question now.
Okay.
Because I even wrote there, possible Wheel of FRO. It says, had the most like, how not to get bogged down with free portfolio shoots and build a base of paying clientele. There had to be more. Should we give it to the guy that asked for more education? No.
How about we give it to the girl who's bedridden?
I don't know about. I
know. I don't want to do.
I don't want to do that
for sympathy.
Because, and no offense, I've seen her for a long time. She's been here.
Yeah.
We should probably give it to her anyway because she's been for around a long time.
And she says she watches every week.
She does watch so we're giving it to her.
Okay.
But here, let me just.
We should probably plan this beforehand.
Well, no, but I'm just saying because that always goes through the brain. It's like when you see somebody has an issue and you're like, and you do those things. You don't want to play that sympathetic card because then somebody who's able-bodied feels like, oh, blah blah blah. But you know what? She does watch every week. I've seen her commenting on Facebook for a long time, and she's been around a long time. And you know what? Fuck it. She deserves it for being in bed.
There you
and
go.
being dealt a bad fucking hand.
Yeah.
So you know what? If you're able-bodied, you're able-bodied. She can use it. That's my answer to that.
Boom.
But you know what upsets me?
What?
I probably shouldn't say it.
Don't say it.
Well,
If you have to think, it's just like buying gear. You think about it, you don't buy it.
well, it would be very perceived as offensive.
Don't say it.
So I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say it.
I'll tell you guys when it's over.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, so we've made it to the Wheel of FRO finally. How far in are we? Like 2 hours?
1.5.
Oh shit, that's it.
Yeah, we're on good time.
All right, I got to find her name. Hannah O'Brien. Don't take offense to what we said. Oh, hey. So here's what we're going to do, Hannah. You're going to get to spin the Wheel of FRO. We are going to spin it for you. We've got Squarespace on here. We've got, you can go to squarespace.com/fro. And also, if you want me to critique your Squarespace, your trial Squarespace, the information is still jared@fronosphoto.com. Make sure it says critique my Squarespace in the subject line. And if it's a trial, make sure it says trial. FRO prize, Black Rapid strap, DJI Phantom with the FRO prize in the middle, Think Tank photo, Rode microphone, FRO prize, Adorama Pix borrowed lenses, $250. Squarespace, if it were... Can you go get me a dry erase marker, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Give me a second.
Black Rapid, FRO prize, question mark. If it lands on that question mark, just grab the black small one at my desk, please. You get the question mark. You can pick anything on the wheel except the DJI Phantom. And if Hannah wins the DJI Phantom and she's in bed, that may not be a useful toy.
Yeah, yeah.
Rode, Think Tank, Adorama picks. Can you cross out the Lexar for me?
What is it?
Can you write plastic printers on there for me?
Put PP.
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 All right, good.
Double P.
Pied Piper. Pied Piper, for anybody that watches that show on...
Peter Pan.
No, Pied Piper, the show on HBO, that tech show. I love it so much. All right, here we go. Let's spin the Wheel of Fro. Sutter, what time is it?
Wheel of
Around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody mews. The Wheel of Fro is going to stop for Hannah this week on... Oh, question mark! Oh, snap. So you're going to be able to pick anything you want off the wheel, Miss Hannah. So you could pick the borrow lenses for $250. You just can't pick the DJI. Borrow lenses, Adorama picks, Squarespace, PP,
Peter Pan.
which you wrote upside down. Now it looks like DD. Actually, it looks like musical notes that are open with dots. So you've got that. You can get the black. You can get anything you want off the wheel except the DJI Phantom. So congratulations to you. That is what you're getting. So, well, yeah, we're gonna. Well, yes, there's going to be changes to the wheel. So we've almost come to the end. Why don't I go over the holiday sale one more time?
Yep.
The shirts, all the shirts in the store are $11.99. That doesn't matter what shirt it is. I'm making them $11.99, so they're on sale. Instead of $15, they're only going to be $11.99. If you buy 2 of them, you're going to get a free lens cloth. For every purchase that's made in the store, you will get a scratch-off card. So if you buy a lens strap, you're going to get a card. You're going to get an air freshener, excuse me. You're going to get an air freshener as well. You can also buy air fresheners. You can I think I just want to do the 4-pack.
Yeah.
I know you may not have 4 cars, but if you want to get 1 cent each cent and maybe save it and give them to people, then I think a 4-pack makes sense.
I mean, what I typically did when I would buy car fresheners is I would buy 1 of each and then use them all and then find out what my favorite one was and then stick with that each time.
Okay.
That's what I do personally.
So we've got $11.99 for the shirts. There's discounts on hoodies. There's probably discounts on the bobblehead for people in the U.S. There's going to be some kind of sale for the straps. So that's what's going on for that. And if you and Golden Fro picks may show up, those are still in play. And you basically what you're vying for is a place on the Wheel of Fro to win prizes from companies such as...
Come on down.
Me, Rode, Squarespace, Black Rapid, Think Tank, Borrow Lenses, Adorama Picks, plastic printers, and more to be added later. And that is going to be separate from the mega DSLR giveaway. We're talking probably $8,000 to $10,000 worth of giveaways. The mega prize isn't going to win all $10,000. It's still going to be a very nice, probably $4,000 package with Atomoses and Rhodes or whatever it ends up being, but there's going to be a huge chance that if you've purchased the Frono's Photo Guide to DSLR video at any point, when this is at any point, even when obviously when I announce it, it's going to end at some point. We're going to end it, but if you buy it from the time it came out to the time that contest is over, you will be entered to win. Everybody's name literally is going to be printed out and go into something.
There's going to be so many names.
There's going to be a lot of names in there. But also, for the people that didn't purchase it, there is a no purchase necessary option for everything that we do. So you can also get a chance to possibly win that DSLR, even if you didn't purchase it, because you will go into the mix as well. Now, there's going to be less of those names picked, but there is that option where they will could end up on the wheel. That's how you have to do it, so it's fair, yeah?
What's the update on the ATOMOS Ninja video contest?
I think we've added like 3 more.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they have, what, a week left almost by the time this comes out?
What did we say?
A little more than a week, November 30th.
November 31st, right. Yeah, right, they do. Well, whoever's going to win is going to win. So that contest is still going on for that Atomos.
That's a very good chance for those people.
Oh, yeah, 1 in 10 chance. You got like a 10% chance.
Literally.
If you do something good.
We should do something.
Yeah, right.
Just put something together.
You can do it.
That'd be fun.
If I didn't know it was you and it was good.
Yeah.
So
It'll be me in disguise.
Thank you to Rode Microphones for our Rode mics that we continue to use each and every week. Atomos for using our Atomoses over there. Ben Rowe for the tripods that we're not using this week. At some point, we'll probably use those Ben Rowe tripods officially on the show. Sutter, thank you for doing whatever you do. Thank you, people, for asking questions that I yelled at. Thank you to Plastic Printers for taking care of printing these up for us this year. They are pretty damn cool. There's winners, and then there's losers. And that's it. Hopefully you take your earmuffs off now. And that's where we're going to end it. RAWtalk episode number 111. You can find it at fronosphoto.com/RAWtalk-111 to get all the photo news and more. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. We go up every Monday. You can hear the audio. You can you can watch the video. You can do whatever. Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow. Jared Polin, fronosphoto.com. See ya.